All right, guys, it's me, Katie from After It. Today is all about recovery. So we're going to be using the foam roll for about the next 15 minutes just to get all the muscles, lower body, upper body, back, really worked out. You guys have been working your butts off. These classes have been really hard. So let's just take it easy for the next 15, 20 minutes, all right? So what we're going to use with the foam roll, all you need is a mat and a foam roll. You don't even need a mat. You can lay right on the ground in your living room. We're going to start basically at the very bottom of the body. We're going to work all the way up, focusing on loosening up any tight tissue, any areas that are restricted or uncomfortable. That way, you can go into your workouts feeling rested, recovered, and even better every time. So let's start down at our calves and our Achilles. This area can be really tight for a lot of people, and you may not even realize it until you start using a foam roll. So you're starting at the very bottom. You're just resting that foam roll right underneath your calves, just at the base of your leg here. And all you're going to do, you're going to come up onto your arms, let your legs hang, and you're just using the weight of your legs to release those Achilles tendons. If you want, you can do one leg and just roll back and forth. If your upper body's a little tired or sore, you can do it that way as well. So go ahead and just hang out. If you find any areas that feel really tight or feel really restricted, you can hang on them for about 30 seconds. That'll help release them. Make sure there's no pain here. You're just feeling a little bit of a release, maybe just a little bit of discomfort, no pain. So we'll focus about 30 seconds to a minute on each area of our body. If you want more of that outer calf, if that's feeling a little bit tighter today, you can rotate that foot open. You'll get more of that outer calf. And if you want more of the inner calf, you'll rotate that foot in. That's a good spot. Hang out there if you find a good spot, about 30 seconds. Just let it release. Good. And then go ahead and switch legs. Same thing on that opposite leg, just starting right at the base of the leg here. Feeling for any tightness, any restriction. Rotating that foot out, grabbing that outer calf area. Good. And then rotating the foot in, trying to get up in through that muscle belly of the calf. It'll be up a little bit closer to your knees here. You might feel a little bit more tenderness closer to your knees. That's okay. Again, just making sure it's not painful. Nice job, guys. Finding any of those areas that feel a little sticky, feel a little uncomfortable. Good. And then what we're going to do, we're going to grab onto that foam roll so the legs are going to go out straight. You can just do one leg at a time. And this, you're going to just roll onto the top of your shin. You have one big muscle that runs through the top of your shin here, and it helps lift your foot up when you're walking. And again, another area where we don't really realize it's tight or restricted until we add some pressure to it. You can really feel it. So you can either use the foam roll on top like this, that way you can control the pressure. If that doesn't feel like it's enough for you, you can always come down onto the shin and use your body weight. Make sure you are more on the lateral, the outer part of your shin. You don't want to be right on the middle of it because then you're going to be hanging out on the bone and that's going to be really painful. So making sure you're on the outer edge of that shin, feeling that muscle all the way from the knee down into the ankle area. And again, another area that gets tight and restricted. Hang out there, give it some release, give it some rest. And then switch sides. Outer shin, avoiding that bone area, just focusing on that muscle on the outer shin. Yeah, that one hurts. Woo! Make it feel good. No pain here. Nice job. All right, guys. So now let's get back onto our backs and we'll focus on the hamstrings here. So you're going to find kind of the same routine. We're going to roll through our entire body. So let's work on our right hamstring. Again, you can come up onto the arms. You could do both hamstrings at the same time. What I generally do, bend one knee and use that leg to help. Also with the strength of my arms, you're just rolling up and down. Again, finding any sticky areas, you can rotate that foot out. Get more of that outer hamstring, or you can rotate the foot in and you'll get inner hamstring and maybe a little inner thigh too. This area is probably going to be pretty tender. It feels this way for most of us, especially with squats, lunges, all of those activities. You're going to notice tightness and tenderness in through the hamstrings. Good job. Go ahead and switch sides. Move to that other hamstring. Noticing that it might feel different one leg to another, one side to another. Our bodies aren't symmetrical, and that's okay. Just making sure you're listening to your body. If you're feeling pain, you're backing off the intensity here. Rotating the foot in. And then you can rotate it out. Nice job. All right, guys, so let's stay on that left leg here. We're going to focus on the inner thigh. So it can be a little tricky getting into this position, but your bottom leg, you're going to tuck up underneath you, and then the foam roll is going to go right on the inner thigh. You're going to turn onto your side, and this way you're going to be rolling up and down right on the inner thigh. You're going to get a nice stretch just being in this position, and then you're going to be rolling up and down, finding any areas. My inner thighs are the tightest area of my body, so this is an area I focus on a lot, but also an area that can become painful if I push too hard. So just making sure you're really monitoring, and again, listening to your body. And you can go all the way from the knee, stay above the knee joint itself, and as high up into the inner thigh as you want to go that feels comfortable for you. Good. And then go ahead and you're going to switch sides. So you can just bring that foam roll to the opposite side, tuck the bottom leg up, top leg, use the weight of your body. Good work avoiding the knee joint here, avoiding any bony areas. When we use foam roll, it's all for tissue, all for muscle tissue, staying away from the bones. Again, and in this position, you can also rotate up, rotate down with the foot. You're just going to get different areas. It'll feel different for everyone. So just listening to your body, what it's telling you. Good. And then let's rotate. We're going to go onto our stomachs here. We're going to focus on the quads. So for here, bring that foam roll down on the mat. You're going to drop down onto your forearms. And again, this time I like to do both at the same time. You're just going to rotate using the weight of your body, rolling up and down. Once you hit the top of that knee joint, then you're going to go all the way up, and you can go all the way up to your hip crease. So go as high as you feel like you need to. Finding any areas in between that feel a little bit sticky. This one especially is one that I like to rotate my feet in and out. The quadricep is made up of 4 different muscles. So you want to make sure you're hitting all 4 muscles when you're foam rolling here. So when you rotate your toes in, you're going to get those lateral quadricep muscles. When you're in neutral, you're going to get the ones just medial that run right up and down the leg. And then when you rotate your toes out, you're going to get that very inner quadricep muscle. That's really important to hit all of them when you're focusing on mobility and recovery work. Good job, guys. You can start low and then you can gradually move up. If you want more intensity, if you bend into the knees, it's going to put those muscles on a little bit more of a stretch. You're going to get a little bit more intensity in through the opening here. Nice job, guys. Remembering, making it feel good. This does not have to be intense. This is a recovery workout. Good. Once you finish up here, let's rotate onto our right hip, and we're going to work on our IT band. So that's that outer thigh area. Your IT band runs all the way from your hip to your knee. So another one to focus on. You are going to have your bottom leg here. Your top leg is going to come up and over because you're going to use that leg for some stability. And again, you're just going to roll up and down. This one is intense, so you guys modify it as you need to. Use the strength of your leg to add or take away pressure. This one can be painful, so you might have to start really slow. You might only be able to do it for a few seconds and tolerate it there. Also, if you notice, if you get a little bit of bruising from the foam rolling, it's absolutely normal. It's not anything to be concerned about if it's small bruising. Good. Finding that sticky area. Hang out there for a little bit. Enjoy it. And make sure you're breathing as well. Sending oxygen that helps that area heal. Good. Once you finish, take a deep breath. Go ahead and switch sides. This one's intense. Good. Finding that good position. Again, noticing one side may feel different than the other. Being nice to yourself because it is a recovery day. Finding that sticky spot, hang out there. Your leg might shake a little bit. That's okay. Just try to relax into it and breathe into it. Good job, guys, working your way through. Nice work. Good. And now let's move into the glutes, one of my favorite areas to release with the foam roll. So what you're going to do, putting that foam roll long ways, there's a couple options here. What I like to do is if I'm releasing my right glute, I like to cross my right leg over my left knee, get a little figure four, and you're just going to roll right on top. Make sure that's that fleshy area, that muscular area. You're not on any bone here. You can also pull that knee over and across. It'll add some intensity here. Again, this is a really small motion. You're not going very far. This isn't rotating like you are on your quads where you're going a big distance. It's really little area. And you'll find a little spot of tenderness or tightness. You want to hang out there. Give it about 30 seconds. Let it release. Nice work. Go ahead and switch sides. Same thing. Noticing one side's going to feel different. That's okay. Good. Finding that little area. Releasing here. Nice. There it is. Good work, guys. Keep breathing. Good job. All right, we finish up the glutes. Now we're going to work into the mid back. I generally don't usually release my low back on a foam roll. By releasing my hips and my glutes, that usually takes care of it. So we're going to move into the middle back area. So first thing I'm going to have you guys do, you're going to place that foam roll horizontally across your mat. You're going to find your mid back, which essentially is right underneath your shoulder blades. And you're just going to lay on top of the foam roll right through your mid back here. Arms can be out by your side. You'll bring your knees up so your feet are on the floor. That way you can stabilize. And you're just slowly going to rotate up and down just a couple inches. You're going to feel that nice release in through your mid back. You may get a few cracks and pops. As long as it's not painful, it's totally okay. The good thing about this one is you're also opening in through the chest with those arms behind your back. If the arms behind the back is uncomfortable, you can just bring them right down by your side. That's okay too. Just making sure you're not straining your neck. That's another reason to have the hands behind. Good. Opening up. You might get a little bit of an extension over the roll here. It feels so, so good. Nice job. And I could hang out here all day. Feels super, super good in that mid-back area, especially for those of you who sit at a desk all day who are kind of hunched over like me. It's really, really nice
to open up that mid back and get some extension in that part of your spine. Good. So once you finish up there, we're going to roll onto our side. We're going to release our lats, which is the big muscle on the side of your body. It runs from your shoulder all the way down to your low back. So you're rolling onto your side. You're going to feel some intensity here. Again, making sure you're avoiding the bone. You're just feeling that fleshy, muscular area. And I can feel it right there. So you're going to find like a little bump, almost like it felt like on your hip. Hang out there. Make sure there's no pain. It just feels like a release. Nothing sharp, stabbing, shooting, anything like that. If that's what's happening, you want to avoid that area. Hang out here about 30 seconds. And breathe through it because it's going to be tense. You might feel a little in your shoulder as well. Good. And then go ahead and grab that roll. We're going to switch sides. Same thing on the opposite side, finding that area of restriction of tightness. And just hang out here. Find a good spot. Breathing here. We're almost there. About 15 more seconds. You might even feel it release a little bit. That's a good thing. Good. Okay. And then last but not least, guys, we're going to work on opening the shoulders a little bit. So we're going to be laying on our back for this, but I'm going to show you sitting up what it needs to look like. So you're going to lay on your back, and the foam roll is going to go basically from the base of your spine up to your head. So your head's going to be resting on the foam roll. While you're laying on your back, you're going to have your knees bent. That'll support your low back. And your arms and shoulders, you're going to make snow angels with them. So what you're doing is you're starting with your palms facing down, and then you're slowly going to rotate open and reach all the way up overhead. You're going to feel a nice stretch in through the front of your shoulders and your chest. You'll come down, and then you'll rotate your palms face down again. So getting rotation in through the whole arm and upper body, and then back down. And you're going to get a nice, real good release here. So we're going to do this for about 15 reps, and then we'll go into a passive chest stretch, and then we'll wrap up. So laying down on the foam roll, you've got it going from the base of your spine all the way up to your head. Make sure your head is resting completely on the roll. Palms facing down, knees are bent. And then go ahead and slowly rotate the palms open up towards the ceiling. Bring those arms up overhead. You're going to feel a nice stretch, a nice opening in through the whole upper body. And then coming down and rotate down. Good. We're going to do 15 total. Nice and slow here. Good. Still focusing on that form, controlled movement. Good job, you guys. About 8 more. Good. Last 4 here. Nice job. Good. Okay. And then just a passive shoulder stretch. So you guys are going to let your arms hang nice and heavy down on the ground beneath you. You should feel a nice opening and a stretch in through the front of the chest. You can modify. Your arms can be anywhere. You can bring them out to a T if you want an intense stretch. If you want to take it even further, you can bend the elbows and make cactus arms. Your arms will hang off the ground. So gravity is going to be pushing them down. If this is too intense, drop the hands down onto the ground. If that's too intense still, bring your hands closer to your body and turn your palms down. If at any point you get numbness or tingling in your fingers, I want you to bring your hands onto your belly and let it relax. But let's try to just hang out here for about a minute. We're finishing up here, our rest day, our mobility day. Just take it easy. You can let your eyes flutter close if you'd like, and just relax and release for about 60 seconds. We're about halfway through. Adjust your arms if you need to. Last 30 seconds here, releasing and opening that chest. Good job, guys. So go ahead. If you don't already have them, bring your hands to center. You're going to use the strength of one arm, kind of slowly roll onto one side. Don't fall off your foam roll. You can sit all the way up. And that's what we have for your foam roll workout for the day. Just a nice, resting, relaxing workout. This will help you get ready for the week ahead with all the intense workouts we've been doing. Make sure you take care of yourself today. Thanks for showing up, guys. Bye.